Anyways, news of the week. Alicia Baumgartner, Christina Linnard. How you pronounce that last name? Do you remember? Lindartu? Rematch eyed for July 15th in Detroit. I'm kind of going to run through the news real fast. You guys can jump in if you want. Suetonius and Vergil Ortiz has been rescheduled for July 8th at AT&T Center in San Antonio. I know Gary has some conspiracy about doctor shopping potentially for why Ortiz is back here. Jamal Charlo willing to bypass everything and fight Andrade. Like most news, I almost didn't put this on the show, but I wanted to make fun of Charlo a little bit. I don't believe this.
Tell me you have a date of Spence Crawford next.
And like I said earlier in the show, I thought this was funny pettiness from Oscar De La Hoya and a little bit of sadness, actually. Like, this is sad that he said this. Canelo Munguia fight inevitable to, quote, keep Mexican boxing alive, says De La Hoya.
Well, he's always known how to keep Mexican boxing alive. So,
and like I said, I will touch on the Francis Ngannou contract, but I want to give you guys the final thoughts on all boxing stuff before I have a little mini 5-minute rant about
take a breath. The
Ngannou contract. So, guys, any thoughts on the news? Baumgartner, Vergil Ortiz. Gary, I go to you first, probably because of Ortiz.
Well, I'll just go Vergil Ortiz. First, I reported that about 3 weeks ago that Vergil Ortiz was going to fight in San Antonio on Texas Boxing Scene, and people told me that was wrong. No, I guess it wasn't wrong, was it? You can go back. It's in the middle of April. I talked to Eric Gomez, and they said it's going to be July 8th, and I said here in Dallas. And he said, no, we're going to do it at the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And I posted that, and everyone told me I was wrong. Well, looks like Eric Gomez knew what he was talking about.
Talk your shit, Gary. Talk your shit, man.
Is Vergil training in Texas or here?
No, out there, out by y'all. Well, yeah, with
Who's he with?
Robles.
Matt, he's real close.
That's right.
15 minutes from us.
Yes.
I wanted to ask Matt. He got cleared from a doctor in Fresno. What? There's no doctors in LA. There's no doctors in.
No, we have. We have multiple doctors.
Yeah, a city of 8 million people. There's not one person who's a doctor.
And now, because I didn't read the article, and I know I brought it up to you a couple days ago, and we were like confused about what really happened. Gary, I'm assuming, read the article.
Yeah, I read the article.
Let me ask Gary a question here. What exactly did he get cleared? Because this wasn't like just going to get a physical done with the commission paperwork, right? He needed to get something cleared due to his
Ramba.
And also, I'm assuming this wasn't really to get cleared for Texas, or was it actually to get cleared for the Texas Commission? Because commission in Texas is usually not as.
It didn't. So I read Coppinger's article on ESPN. And it really was kind of void of details, right? I was asking that same question, right? Was it the WBA that says you need to get it cleared? Because I can't see the Texas Commission really caring. I'm not trying to sound funny, right? But I'm like, okay, he's not fighting in California. I knew the fight was going to be in San Antonio, so that means the only one to me would be the WBA. But Coppinger's article didn't get into detail on who he had to clear it by. And then when he went to a doctor in Fresno, like if you live in LA, why would you go to a doctor in Fresno and not one around the corner? Unless you're trying to. There was a doctor in El Paso who was not a doctor at all, but he used to sign off on fighters saying he gave them physicals, right? And this went on for years and years and years. And there's a fighter in Houston, no-name fighter, club fighter, that got knocked out. And then he got cleared by a doctor in El Paso. And finally, after years of this, people are like, you know how far Houston is from El Paso? It's like 10 hours away, at least. It's like, this is from El Paso to San Diego is like the same distance as El Paso to Houston. And then, like, why would you go to a doctor in El Paso? And they ran his name, and it wasn't a doctor. He never went to medical school. He never passed the boards. He was never a licensed doctor. He just had medical paper, and that was good enough. Right?
He had somebody's NPI number then, because he was probably just running like I'm a PA, and he's running off some random doctor.
Yeah, PA, yeah.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
people are crazy.
So the crux of the story is Mike Coppinger, bad reporter, bad journalist.
We knew that.
We knew that.
That's an obs.
But I am curious about like who he actually had to get cleared by, because
For what?
I brought up to you,
and that's what I said. What is he getting cleared for?
and you were like, why would he need to be cleared for that? Texas only requires 3 things, and I'm like, well, maybe it's to get cleared in the future for California, because he lives in California.
Somebody must be requesting these things.
Yes.
Unless he used it as an excuse to get him out of a fight contract. Like, let's say he used his excuse. Yes. His excuse was, oh, my arm's broken, right? So if your arm is broken and you get out of a fight contract, they're going to try to keep you in your contract, or at least moving forward, whatever. So they're going to say, give me something that says why you got out of that.
Yes.
And now he needs a note saying, I got out of that.
He got out of that reason. He's cleared for it. Yes.
Cleared. So that might be the exception. But this is a disease that doesn't go away. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's just got to get stable and figure it out, like how his body works, how diet works, how medication works with being a fighter. That's going to be hard, but he's got to figure that out. But I don't know why he would be doctor shopping, you know?
Yeah. I mean, other than like WA, like, we won't sanction you again.
Right.
Like that. Like
that's so weird. Why would they care? Texas doesn't care.
WBA is weird, man. What's that? What's his name? Paco? That's Paco, right?
Is it Paco?
Yeah, dude. Paco's fucking weird. He might be the weirdest, like, sanctioning head, and there's a lot of weird ones. In terms of like the legit sanctioning heads, not.
So. I got the article here. It's from May 11th. Vergil Ortiz will return July 8th versus Stan. You notice now that he's recovered from robbed and discovered it was caused by long COVID. Ortiz told ESPN on Thursday. This says that he was cleared, right? According, and it gets into what it is.
He recovered. You don't recover from that.
He was cleared from it. I mean,
he's got it for life. Like, he's gonna have flare-ups. And he's gonna have to take care of that, just like I have flare-ups with my.
I'm assuming this is very bad wording from Mike Coppinger.
It has to be,
and I bet he's on like a
regimen now. It has to be to get cleared. That's easy. It'd be like if I wanted to have a plastic surgery, right? Because I have this blood disease, I would have to go to my doctor, my rheumatologist, and get cleared to have that, with something else done. And they would have to look and make sure I'm on medication and it's getting taken care of. My livers, they have to do all that. So I'm guessing that might be what it is, but I don't know. It's random for Verge.
And I bet you're right in terms of like he disclosed this information, so now he needs to produce a doctor's note getting him out of it. So
just like what's his name did, the one that was last year. Otra.
On one of our cars.
No, that was on the other card. The Mercado. Mercado's opponent.
Hank Lundy.
Yeah,
Hank Lundy. The whole Hank Lundy
and all that drama.
That was hilarious.
I gotta be honest. Like guys like Hank Lundy, they have a right to fight, but a doctor has to sign off on them that they're fit to fight.
He's fighting again.
Yeah. I just wouldn't do it, right? And that's what happened to Holyfield in New York. Like he passed his physicals, but the doctor's like, it's not going to sign off for you to fight, right? So like a guy like Hank Lundy, who's taking more beatings than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah, and then
I'm just like I'm a doctor. You're asking me to sign off on you to fight. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna do it.